Welcome back to Mine Operator. The entire team here wants to welcome all new subscribers. At the time of editing, we surpassed 4,000 subscribers, and so our team is really excited and wants to welcome all new subscribers. So thank you for joining. We hope you enjoy our channel. Right now, our team is having a safety meeting, and then we're going through that long list of projects you see there on that whiteboard. We're not going to show you every single one, but we're just going to go over the most important, critical projects that need to get done before we can turn on the mill and get some gold.
No fun, but gotta do what you gotta do. Using some 4x4s. Keeping it from kicking out. Some backup. Got these nailed in, so it doesn't roll as soon as it gets up. And then I move those 4x4s in the rear up here, nailing them in, strapping it down, getting it back to the mill site, and I'll show you what we're going to use it for. Okay, I got that loaded. Now let's get back to the mill site. So we fabricated up this slusher bucket and decided to drag it and clear this area. Good idea, Harry.
We don't have a tractor.
This is what we got. We got to get creative. And it was pretty easy to just pull it, right?
That was the easy part.
That was the easiest thing, right? Yeah. Just, you know, driving, and then Harry just had to pull it back.
I was the return.
Yeah.
It was the return.
He had the hard part.
But that's awesome. So
the sand screw's out of here
okay,
in the boneyard. The slimes box is out of here in the boneyard.
All right.
And we filled that back in, leveled it.
Well, that's perfect. Now we're gonna install our new tanks here and see how this goes. See if we have any bottlenecks moving forward. Working on a trailer fix over here.
Killed it. We killed the trailer.
Yeah, we put too much weight on this thing and it buckled. And look at broken welds. You can see where the brakes are. So I'm gonna tear this thing apart and fix it. We need this trailer to haul bulk bags, so see how well we do. So take a look at the damage on this trailer. Look at where the welds broke. The backside. So we have that to fix. All right, get after it. see how she looks.
I think it's a good fit.
Wow. That's it right there.
Okay. All right, let's tie it down.
All right, we'll have to move that crane there for you. Dukes of Hazzard. We put on the wrong side.
Yep.
All right, so we worked really hard to get this trailer fixed for things just like this. You know, be able to get out to the mine. Hollywood and my dad, Greg, con man, are gonna go out to the mine and scout it out. We've had several storms out here in the desert. We don't know what the roads look like and if we could even get back in there and get any of the ore to run. So they're gonna do a scouting trip, and you can see that we now reinforced the frame significantly, and we got gussets on the underside, on the top. Hopefully we can get out to the mine and see what the conditions are. So I just pulled off the crane right here. That way he can get in and out, and the ramps just drop in on the side. So there's our setup. These guys are gonna go have some fun. Wish I was going. I gotta stay behind at the mill site.
We're out here at the root beer mine. We made it down the road. It's pretty rough. You can tell there's been quite a bit of damage and erosion. Rocks have fallen in. It's going to take some repair, and it'll be slow going with a truck and an ore trailer. But we made it to the dump pile. This is what the ore looks like. It's root beer colored.
Looks like we got a good 12 inches deep by at least 20 foot. Be interesting to see if we can go any deeper than that to continue this root beer flavor before it turns into muck. So we're gonna figure that out over the next few weeks.
And then over on that hill is going to be the Hollywood diggings. We'll be exploring that and bringing you some footage and updates on that later.
The sample we already did on that came out to about a 1/2 ounce per ton with a little sample size. So we're curious to get over there to see if we can continue that grade. That'd be pretty good.
Now that we've got this little scooter with us, we're going to go try to find a couple of mines we've heard about in this area. And if we can make it up there, we're going to take some samples, and we're excited about that. So that's our next stop. Okay, we made it. We're not sure where we are, but there was quite a bit of mining activity going on here. I hope it's coming through in this video. There were multiple buildings we found where they were processing the ore on site. What a ride out here. Here's just some of the old footings for the buildings. And then I'll scan across. Buildings. That whole hill right there is tailings. And if you look way over there, you're going to see Con Man! Okay, more buildings, more structure. There are multiple shafts in this hillside. More buildings. Okay, speaking of buildings, here's some footings. Someone's been here having a campfire. But they definitely had some custom machinery in here. By the way, these concrete pads are set in. All this piping. And then here are tailings. So more evidence that they had quite the infrastructure here. Look at the size of those bolts. There was something big and heavy here. So we'll take a sample of this too. Process it and see if there's anything in it, but this looks like they did a pretty good job. This must have been a rich area here. Well, sorry for the audio, but we found a spot over here. We're going to take some samples. Thought we'd drive over and get our sampling equipment out. This looks like where they had one of their main shafts. And here was a side one.
You gotta look at this whore.
Here are some samples we're gathering. Look at that purple. Look at the root beer. Wow. Let's take a look in here. Well, looked like it's caved in and had a fire at some point, so it's not safe. We're not going near that. And then let's take a look over here. They definitely had a lot of infrastructure here. My guess is that's the vein they were chasing right there. You see the root beer? See how that stands out? That's interesting. He must have come across. And then down it goes! Wow, hand stacked rock wall. Amazing. Okay, here we are, what we're calling dump number 2. So you can see the root beer color. So we took a sample from here and went down the hill and grabbed samples also. And then right over there is dump number 1. And we took some samples from there. And then as we were hiking around, we noticed a head frame platform and another dump. So we're calling this number 3, and we're gonna go get a sample there. Here is dump number 3. And this is actually, now that we're here, more of a tan color. But we are seeing much of the root beer. If you can get in close, you can see there's definitely chunks of the root beer here. So we took a sample, and we'll run this back and process it, keep you posted. We are literally in the middle of nowhere. We've got quite a ride to get back to our vehicle. But we were going along, and look what popped out at us. Wow, I hope the colors come through. We are literally in the middle of nowhere, and look at that beautiful cactus, succulent. Just amazing. Look at the colors on that. Nature's so amazing. Here in the middle of all this rock, we've got this beautiful plant. Well, I hope you guys enjoy it. We're signing off here from the scary road. And we'll catch you on the next one. Hey guys, we made it down the rest of Big Scary Hill. So we had to get out and navigate a few spots, but we made it. And came across this canyon and was just struck by its beauty. So I wanted to just give you a shot as we do a recap here of our day's adventures. Let's take a look at that. This is rugged natural beauty.
That's just beautiful.
We've had quite a day. We got to see, look, there's some old mining stuff down there.
Oh my God.
Look.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, we'll have to explore that another time. Yeah, who knows what's in this canyon? We'll have to find out. So, you want to recap for us there?
Well, yeah,
we
we started this day making record time getting up here, and we're basically supposed to be checking out the roads to make sure we can continue coming out here without too much difficulty. Road repair and that all. And we found this other mine that we've never been to. Not real sure what the name of it is, but wow, so much going on up there. We did get some samples. We're going to run those and discuss whether we want to try to improve the road depending on the outcome of the ore samples. So, what a heck of a day. What a heck of a trip.
You know, one of the things that I'm struck by is just how much work the old timers put into these areas. It's mind-boggling how many man-hours, machines, fuel, supplies. It just boggles the mind what they had to do to get this stuff, because, you know, This is 2023. It's unfathomable 100 years ago what it took, or more, what it took to get supplies and machinery of the size that we just saw the footings for in here and running. So kudos to the old timers. I hope we're doing them justice and showing off some of the beauty they got to share. Signing off from the road.
Hey, what's going on?
What you doing up there?
Making a fix. Had some material spill up the sides of our little feeder here, and it got all over the floor, and I had to clean it all up. So we're gonna put some wings on this thing.
Awesome.
What's he doing up there?
Lots of welding.
It's not easy to get these spots. It's super hard. But we got to get the job done if we want to get some gold. So there's even ore in here. I'm sitting on a pile of gold.
Yeah, you are.
That's why we're motivated to get this done. It gets pretty dark in the building and we've needed lights, so we're on to the rescue.
So what I'm doing is getting this rigged up to get a good light right over our shaker table. It's like working in the dark every time. We're there with flashlights on the shaker table.
I know, right? And we want to see the gold.
I know. The old timers use candles on their shaker table.
So we're gonna install some lights right over the table.
So why couldn't we just make some type of frame?
So this will end up
that spreads
about like that.
Nice. That's nice,
So I gotta go
Ron.
up to that one.
Okay.
So somewhere in there.
What we're gonna do is cut this water tank in half. We're using this to catch the tailings after the shaker table. We're removing the sand screw. And so by cutting this in half, we'll be able to not have any bottlenecks after the shaker table.
Oh, sure.
Oh, there he is. He's up there.
Hey, no peeking until it's all finished.
Oh, copy that.
Go to the white line. I'm looking for the blue wire that goes with the blue wire nut.
See if we can drop it in a place over there without hurting ourselves.
Okay.
You got about an inch to go and you're on. That's it right there. You go first, and I'll follow you. We'll call the helicopter through. More, there you go.
Perfect.
Hold on. Tagline man. There we go.
Tracking.
Ready?
Let me be the tagline guy. I'll come over to you.
The point of the tagline is to never be under the weight.
And then if you want to, are you thinking of handling the winch and I'll do the
crane,
tag? Okay.
Now, do I have to flip a gear or something?
Nope, you just go the opposite direction. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Look at all this light. It's awesome. Check out that view. Sunrise out in the desert. It's absolutely beautiful. Out here, you could see the first tank. We're gonna have all the tailings from the shaker table pour into this tank. And then we're gonna have the second tank in parallel. And then it'll discharge into the pond. Let's get this tank installed. Each tank is going to hold 2 tons of tailings that we'll go ahead and dig out with Mini X, and we'll use a smooth bucket. So there's a 4-ton capacity right there, and our goal is that will be the morning run. We clean it out before our afternoon run, and we could run anywhere from 6 to 8 tons in a day. We're nearly done with this system. You'll notice that the tailings from the table will discharge out of that 4-inch pipe there, and 2 tons of tailings will occupy this first tank. The tanks are set level, so the water will flow out here. We're trying to maximize volume in these tanks. You'll notice the second tank is set lower than the first. And pour right back into the pond. And we decided to make this change because our sand screw just can't keep up with the volume we want to do right now.
Yeah, it's too fine a material, not coarse enough, and it's half of the volume we need to be pushing. So this will be temporary until we can get a bigger sand screw.
Yep. Yeah, one day we're gonna build ourselves a custom sand screw large enough to take on the feed, and one day, we'll see what we could do about upgrading our table and our mill. But right now, we're doing the best we can with the equipment we got. So this is going to be the mount for our crane. So whenever we got to work on the Stoughton rod, we'll be able to just mount a crane here and lift off the top hopper and top part of the mill, change out the hammers.
I don't know. When Chad told me to put a plate on the other side, good thing he did.
Yeah. That bounces over there too.
Yeah, I want to show you what we're installing next. We're going to weld on some lift points here. This is going to be on both sides of the mill, and then underneath the hopper, we're going to have an I-ring. We're going to have an I-hook here to be able to lift that up with a chain fall, and then use our mounted crane on this side to lift the top housing of the mill off. Let's get this done. Well, this is exciting.
Yeah, we got a crane now.
The crane is mounted directly to the Stutenroth mill right on the skid. And so we're going to be able to change the hammers or paddles out rather easily.
We'll pop this thing off and get the water into it and then put it back on.
And then we have a set of replacement hammers for when that day and time comes. Archie Stutenroth recommends changing out the hammers every 25 to 50 tons based on the type of ore. So we're going to keep a close eye on them.
I think we'll be able to get more than 25 tons. The stuff we're crushing right now is pretty soft.
Yeah, pretty soft. Not like Jason's mine.
No, if it was Jason's mine, we'd be like 15 tons.
Absolutely. So, all right, you guys, we're real happy to show you how our projects are coming along, because it means we're one step closer to turning on the plant and getting some gold.
Alright, so this is our feed off of the surge hopper. Wise gentleman told us to use a conveyor belt. And Chad, do you remember what the height was? It was like
Inch and a half.
Inch and a half, yeah. So we went with inch and a half gap off of here. We turned this guy on, and we could set the speed. This thing was actually part of a feed hopper system from a diesel refinery using plastic. So we repurposed it, and they put a frequency drive on this small ball door motor that ended up being still good. So we can set the feed rate into our system from our surge hopper. So we don't ever have to come over here and deal with, you know, whether the feed is good or not. So if we start getting too much material on the table, we'll just start adding more. We'll have this one set at a constant speed. We'll have a constant speed here, feeding the mill, and then this guy here we can adjust as needed.
So we're pretty excited to have this, because before we just try to meter the feed with a hammer and on the screen, and it just didn't work well.
Yeah, it didn't work very well at all. So, but now this should be a one-man show now.
Yes, sir.
Table bouncing here and feeding the jaw, and should be able to do this with 1 or 2 people.
All right, so I guess the next time we're showing a video, we're running some more and testing out the plant.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have an overflow like last time, but we'll test it out. We'll test this thing out.
We'll test out the system, get it dialed in, but you know, not bad for having to build our own mill site with a variety of pieces. So let's see how well our mill site runs during our first week of gold mining. But before we can mine for any gold and process any through our plant, we need to finish a bunch of projects around the mill site, and we pretty much have done that. We got a little bit left. We took everybody's advice about introducing water into the mill. We got some good recommendations on how much water to introduce into the mill and still get a good crush and grind on the ore. So we're going to shoot for about 3 gallons per minute of water.
The mill does 2 tons an hour, but we're not anywhere near close to that. So I don't think we're going to lose much production. We might lose some grind size, but we have a solution for that. We can show you another time maybe.
And maybe that hydrocyclone dust collection system that we're using outside for the mill can go away, and we could relocate it or repurpose it maybe over here.
Yeah, we're still working on how to contain the dust in our surge hopper. So
yeah,
other than wetting the ore down. So let's see.
All right, thanks for watching. If you guys like this video, please crush that like button and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos.